Hi, we're driving the Mercedes Citan van today. This is Mercedes' first entry into the small van category. It's actually built in France alongside the Renault Kangoo. Citan is well modified by Mercedes for the front and rear looks. Of course, the famous Mercedes star at the front and back. The suspension is also tuned by Mercedes to its setting, so which shows because the ride is quite soft and comfy. Inside, the Citan is very spacious, as you see. It feels almost as spacious as the V2 van. There's some. It's very simple and easy to understand dash with minimal buttons, which is quite refreshing these days. The only things that are done locally are things like the stereo, which is a fairly decent Bluetooth stereo. There are other interesting trim bits to make it a bit more sporty, like the red trim around the air vents, and then there's red trim around the red stitching around the gearbox and seats as well. Because there are twin sunroofs above me, and there is a large sunroof, glass sunroof at the rear as well. The seats in this car are they're like the right mix of stiff and comfortable, and there's a lot of leg room, headroom obviously, and side space. At the rear, the seats are for 3 people, and it gives a lot of flexibility because it splits into 1/3 and 2/3, and also folds flat, so you can have a huge boot space at the back. The engine is a 1.2 liter turbo, which sounds very tiny, which actually helps it give about 12 kilometers per liter in town, as Mercedes claims, and also about 16.5 out of town. But because there's a little turbo attached to the 1.2 liter 3-cylinder engine, there's quite a decent amount of acceleration that you get in town. I'm sure over long distance and at high speed it runs out of a bit of puff, but for city driving it's actually more than enough, and it feels even slightly sporty.